Just how far is this club going to fall? Because right now, we are in a very serious relegation battle. Even in Arsenal's proper banter era, it was never this bad. United have fallen so far and I just really don't recognise this club anymore. You've got an academy graduate sitting almost in the top 10 goal scorers and he's sat on the bench when United need 2 goals. Anthony comes on ahead of him. Like, Anthony should not be stepping anywhere near the Old Trafford pitch. And that goes for about half of that starting 11 as well. United fans are desperate to get rid of Rashford, desperate to get rid of Bruno. Like, there's so much dross in and around this squad, and you want to get rid of those. It makes zero sense to me. Ineos, they brought in Amorim, knowing he was going to play this 5-at-the-back style, and you should know that it doesn't suit any of the squad that you've got. So you're bringing in a manager midway through the season, trying to get him to implement the style, and it's almost impossible. I feel sorry for Amorim because he shouldn't have been subject to this absolute shit show. United, genuinely, I don't see how we're going to score a goal, don't see how we're going to win any games. Never in my life have I seen it this bad. My first talking point, another player who shouldn't be stepping foot on the pitch for United, and that's Casemiro. His first season was so-so. After that then, it just goes to show how much of a short-sighted transfer it was. 70 million, almost 350k a week, I think. He's awful. For a CDM to play in the Premier League right now, the amount of times I see this guy just give the ball away, he doesn't get anywhere near anyone in the tackle. He's absolutely washed. Him and Eriksen should not be stepping foot in the pitch for United. How are we almost in 2025 and they're still playing for us? Amorim should know that though. I don't care if Mino needs a rest. If he's on the bench, if he can come on after 30 minutes, he can start the fucking game. Why are you having him sat there? Even Collier's there. Play him. I don't care. I know you don't want to throw academy players into United when it's such a troubled time. But it cannot get any worse. They cannot play any worse than what Casemiro and Eriksen have just done. Newcastle was strolling past them in that first half. It's absolutely pathetic. And this guy's one of the highest paid players in the league. These are the players you should be getting rid of, not the likes of Rashford. And now here's another one. Martinez. A player, his first season looked okay. But for fucking £70 million again, the guy has such obvious flaws. Even not just his height. I won't bash him for that, because I could easily do that. But it's his overall defending. The guy's brain dead when it's in his own box. Yes, he goes in and just smashes someone and makes an unnecessary tackle every now and then. But apart from that, what does he do defensively? In his own box, the bloke's a liability. For the last few games now, Amorim keeps playing him and he keeps being responsible for the opposition goals. It happened up against Nottingham Forest. It's happened again recently. And in this game, Isak was just having an absolute field day. Wasn't just Martinez, but Martinez was a huge part of the problem. Consistently just gets lost in his own box, and I like my centre-backs to do some defending. I don't care how many progressive passes they make, as long as they can defend their own box. Ideally, you'd have both, but Martinez, if you can't defend, you can't play centre-back in the Premier League. Thirdly, one good talking point I'm going to bring up in today's video, and that's Mino. He was getting bashed after that game up against Wolves, and we really need to understand that he is by far one of the best prospects we've got right now. And you cannot be bashing these type of players. Him, Ahmad, are the only ones from this game that can hold their head up high. The rest of them, don't care. Get rid of all of them. Him and Ahmad are the only two good things about United right now. Penultimately, Xerxes, yes, he had a really bad game. And it's going to be obviously shameless of me if I came on here and was bashing everyone for booing him when I'm coming on here calling everyone crap. I don't blame Xerxes. I still think he's actually a good player. I do think in the right environment, you get the best out of him. United right now, far from the best environment. But I blame the higher-ups at Ineos, the so-called best in class who are bringing him into this team. It's far from what United needed. I don't think Xerxes is a bad player. But he's just far from what United needed. You're bringing in a striker who we needed goals. Xerxes isn't going to get you that. Talk about this, is he a 9, is he a 10, all this bullshit. I don't care. Ineos should have gone nowhere near him in that summer transfer window. So-called best in class, my ass. And then lastly, Amorim, I've mentioned it, I feel sorry for you. But if you are going to stick with this formation, then it's going to get bad. And I know he said it's going to get bad. But are we prepared for how bad it can possibly get? Because that is a proper relegation scrap. Because if he keeps playing this 5 in the back stuff, if he keeps playing Dalot and Mazraoui as wing-backs, then United are not going to score, we're not going to win games. Like, we thought it was bad, we genuinely didn't think it was going to get this bad. Liverpool next up, and I genuinely fear that 7-0, it could be better than that one, honestly. I thought it was going to get worse up against Newcastle, but they took their foot off the gas. Liverpool won't do that up against us. They'll come at us relentlessly, and unless United have got a little bit about them, which I highly doubt they do, then it's going to be a hammering. And there we are, guys. Genuinely didn't think when I started this channel, things would ever get this bad. Started it during Ten Hag's first year, and there were maybe signs of something happening. Ever since then, it's just gone so far downhill. And check out the recent video I did surrounding United's transfers, because it sums all of this mess up. You can't spend 600 million on bang average players and expect anything to happen. The truth is, right now, our squad is at the same level of someone of a Wolves or an Ipswich. That's how bad it is right now. Yet we've spent probably 10 times or more than these teams. It's absolutely shocking. And Ineos right now, they're looking very Glazer-esque because every decision that they're making, the footballing stuff in the summer, more recently, obviously the decision to cut money to charities, different things like that. Right in amongst all of this happening, you're trying to force academy players out of this team in Rashford. This is not the United I grew up watching. Far from it, and it absolutely stinks. And I'm getting so frustrated talking about it, but there's nothing we can do. At the minute, it's going to take multiple transfer windows to get anywhere near what Amorim wants. And then you've still got a 5 in the back team. I don't like how United have got this 5 in the back system. I don't. It goes against everything I've watched growing up. I know people say you can't get stuck in history, but I just don't think it works. Like, you've seen it different times with Chelsea, Tottenham. You go on that 5 in the back system, you might win some things, but long term, you end up going back to playing 4 in the back anyway. It's not Amorim's fault. Ineos should never have brought him in the first place. Absolutely stinks, all of it. Hate it. Honestly, just get rid of the club at the minute.